Hi, welcome back to my crafty channel. I'm Paula, and today we're going to look at how you can use irresistible cardstocks to create a colourful and creative look of your own making. So what I absolutely love when a new core catalogue comes out is all the new tools we get to play with and all the new little bits of inspiration in the catalogues themselves. So I've chosen today to have a little play with the Irresistibles cardstock. It is a really fun product because you start off with not just a very plain piece of paper, but by adding your inks on, by blending or sponging, you should create magic and get the effect that you're after. So it's such a versatile little tool to have in your kit. Now, in our latest Essentials catalogue, we have a very, very gorgeous layout that has using a bit of an overlay, and it is making the most of those irresistible cardstocks to create this really gorgeous background. It is on page 28 if you've got the book, and it is something that I've actually thought I'd love to recreate. So what I'm doing is going through all the colours that are new to the catalogue, including one that has already been around for a little while, which is what I'm using at the moment, Honey Butter. And I'm just colouring in a strip of 1¼ by 6 inches of each of these different patterns. And now there's 6 different patterns in your range, and I absolutely love the one I'm doing at the moment. This has got a gorgeous floral, and I'm doing it in that lovely bright rosy. And when you put your tissue over the top, once you've finished sponging, those colours really do stand out beautifully. I have gone off and created another set of the entire 6 once again, and instead of doing the brighter pumpkin and the journey colour, I have chosen to bring in Glacier and Ballerina, which you'll see I start to do shortly. Now, coming through here, I've got my overlay that I cut out from the Cricut, and I'm just now going over with our new acorn colour just to get rid of all those sort of white patches that sometimes come off when you have been cutting such fine patterns. Now I'm also using that toffee blending brush to go around the outside of our beautiful overlay, and that's just going to give a little bit of a hint of shading so that it's not just that stark white in the background. So just to finish off that white patch, I've now got our new Journey shimmer brush, and I'm adding a touch of splatters over the backdrop. So now we get to have a bit of fun, and it's a bit like doing a jigsaw. So if you're good at jigsaws, you're going to love this little effect. So I'm just going through and I'm cutting my pieces sort of verbatim as I go, because each of the little rectangles actually ends up being very slightly different in size. So there's not one size fits all. So I'm going through and grabbing the colours I'd think I'd like to use, making a little mark as to how wide they are, and then sticking that piece on. So as you can see, as I've gone through, it's a little bit of a Mod Podge on the background, but it does work really well, and it doesn't take long at all. So now I'm just tidying up the edge by trimming around with my scissors using our all-purpose scissors. They're actually really sharp, so it's quite easy to get in just around the edge, and you don't notice any overhang at all by the time you get all the way around. Now when I pop that onto the backdrop, I think it looks fabulous, but I do feel like we could use a little bit of extra colour. So once I've adhered this, I go off and look at some of the colours that I have been using, and do decide on Limeade as my extra backdrop. I also decide to bring in a little bit of doodling, just like our image shows on page 28. And when you do doodling, don't worry about it being perfect. As you can see, I'm wobbling all over the show. But if you do a double line, it actually looks like the effect is intended, and it's just a great little extra. It makes that white backdrop, again, not quite so bland by having something a bit interesting in the mix. So here is that lovely Limeade coming in, and I think that with the acorn makes a really nice little combo. It's very natural, tones down a little bit of those bright colours that I've put in. And now I'm just going to give it a little title, and we've got these fabulous pre-cut black and wood grain die cuts. We also get them in our acrylics, and they've got all these great titles. So I first of all grab Enjoy, and then I grab the Memories. And then I decided I don't really think Enjoy the Memories is quite what I want to put onto here. So I have a little look again at what other letters are available. And in the same font as there's another word, I think it's Best. And from there, I can actually find an S and another E. So I can turn this into these. And I think I'm just going to stick with these Memories on this one, which looks really cool. And then also I'm just going to bring in a few little extra dots, we call them, but there's stars and circles and hearts on here, and I'm just pulling in a few of the Journey dots on the outside, just to finish it off for that title, I decided to bring in one of my black acrylic hearts, and I'm backing it with the Journey cardstock, just plain Journey cardstock, so that it turns the title into Love These Memories, which I think works just that bit better. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed seeing how this page came together. Those irresistibles are so much fun.